Positive under your feet, right? They're made for Hawaii. So ultimately, she's very confident in that equipment.
And then to Steph Gilmore, just losing the handle. What'd you see there? She's looking comfortable and feeling pressure-free. Time for Gilmore to respond. Clean rip off the lip line. Channeling that Darren Hanley surfboard back into the pocket. Meets the lip again. 7-time world champ loses control again. Priority with Gilmore, and she needs it. She will use it quickly as she sets that rail. The DHD now off the bottom. First turn, a big forehand swoop. Connects the rail line and taps the lip. In motion again for the wrapping cutback. And lays into the lip line again, and she will shut this one down.
There, that was
full-on shooting. This curve right here is just magical. I mean, look how long she holds the rail all the way through, and then keeps the speed straight into another bottom turn. I mean, that's that flow, that speed power flow. The judges were asking for that. From the surface today, and she executed it just seamless. So beautiful in motion. And when you talk about a point of difference, I don't think anyone can outflow Steph Gilmore. Brilliant surfing here, Rosie. That's the approach. I mean, watch as she just holds that rail line, really just digs those thighs in and just makes sure that she's created that point of difference from Brees. So we've seen her attacking the lip stiff there, just
into this heat, into this matchup.
Now checking out a left, Steph Gilmore goes straight up, and she'll get hung out the back. Incomplete on that.
Unfortunately, she didn't pull off these moves, but there was some quality there on that left. And she went for attack.
Steph will take this one, only needing a 6.4. Hard off the bottom, beautiful forehand hook. She has the lip line, amazing forehand slice. Jams it through with style through the inside corner. That wrapping work, flawless from Gilmore. Brees is going to take potentially her last wave up and out. It's all coming down to Steph with now 18 seconds to go.
That was
wow.
From half court, just whoop whoop.
Take another look, Rosie.
Yeah.
Really very crisp first maneuver from Stephanie Gilmore, right out the gates attacking, and then going straight into that second one. So holding that flow through those two maneuvers, attacking the lip again, dropping that back arm to show kind of point of difference. This feels very much like the number that she needs to make it through this. To see
Steph Gilmore taking a look at this right. 7-time world champ drops in, carves off the top. DHD under her foot looking good, snaps it there for some variety. Long drawn out roundhouse back into the whitewater. Big snap, throws the fins on that turn and gets the finish. So that's going to be
fun to watch this approach from Steph. She finds this first section, digs in with that beautiful carve. Like I said, a lot of speed coming out. She's looking for that next maneuver.
Choice. This wave kind of tapering out to sea, so she's
really got to create those critical sections for herself. She gets this little rebate here on the inside. Ooh, kind of sticky on whether or not she completed that last maneuver.
interesting. We take a look at this in slow motion, Rosie.
Yeah, just beautiful technique from Steph. Does that kind of tap to try and get that bottom turn into that second maneuver choice, flaring on that rail. I mean, you really see, you know, how much of the rail line is submerged in the slow-mo, and just the variety that Steph is bringing to every turn. I think that's maybe something she's really thought about. Stand up and you can just hot knife through butt on that wave, and you just know that when you step on the gas, it's going to be there for you.
Getting on the gas here, Steph Gilmore banks it off the top there. Tapered wall, so she's going to have to settle for a roundhouse back into the whitewater. Little tail release on that snap coming through the inside section here. And the rail work that we have grown accustomed to from Steph Gilmore. A couple more snaps on the inside. Weston Webb right behind. Gilmore has to bail out of that section, and we're going to follow Steph Gilmore for the finish. So nice exchange between the two surfers. We'll be waiting on some numbers. Here's the replay, Steph Gilmore.
Yeah, Steph just waiting on the bottom there, just waiting for that wave to stand up, glides into that carving maneuver. What I like
from Steph is when you watch this turn right here, she kind of waits at the bottom of the wave for it to stand up, knowing that she needs that critical section. You know, we saw earlier this morning she had that one error where she pushed a little bit too hard and went off the back. I feel like her placement on the wave is a lot better now. She's staying
in the critical section.
That they do, and we do that at every single stop. Live action here with Stephanie Gilmore, who checked in with a 7-point ride when we went to break, and Gilmore getting busy. Now she's cut the lead to a 7.88 against Tatiana Weston Webb, and she may have just turned the corner wave.
Yeah, medium-sized wave from Steph. Fiddles through that kind of roundhouse cutback. There she makes a little bit of connection. Wow, that right there, the reverse, just throwing that tail out, just cool point of difference, and then gets really aggressive on these inside maneuvers. Lays it back on that last option. It's heat, and then Steph on the wave right behind. You can tell there's a lot of rib through the face. That's that wind swell coming into play. Steph slides through that section right there. That's a good drift. Kind of sets up this next maneuver. Almost gets a little bit hung up there. But that right there, she does get a little bit caught. So, ooh, can that better the 7-point ride?
There's the numbers, and it was some big numbers.
Titleists that are here are loving this. They're fans.
They sure are. Stephanie Gilmore getting things started here. She's had some slow starts. She wants none of that here in match 3. She knows she's up against it with Joanne Defay, and leaning into some nice rail turns on this ride to kick things off. Into this Rip Curl WSL finals, didn't make it as far as Steph Gilmore and Interlo have today. They're on a bit of a roll, the dark horses.
Absolutely. You know, and again, it's going to be, now you talk about mentally demanding, it's going to be physically demanding as we watch this wave here. Look at the combination of moves. She had a nice little different
tough customer if you lose focus. If you take your eye off the ball, she'll make you pay for it. Gilmore looking to back up that 6.33 now. 28 minutes remaining. Whips into that first turn. Just had amazing long rail carves throughout her run so far. And again, she leans into that maneuver to rack up a second score. This is on its way to being a sensational number, and really paying attention to finishing off this wave well. Great variety so far as she drifts that tail and does hang on for the
water, which I think is going to pay dividends today for sure. Look at the size of this wave. Nice huge set wave. Just hammers that first section. Very well done there by Steph. And again, the equipment, you know, hasn't made a major change in what she's been riding. Wow, look at that one too. That one was on edge. I mean, the fins were out the back on that. To carve through that maneuver and not lose it, impressive.
Simon, her family, mum and dad, her sister, Arnaud, they're all back home watching on in Reunion Island, cheering her on to what has been, or through, an amazing year as Stephanie Gilmore brings it through to the beach to the applause of the crowd. What a performance from the 7-time world champion.
Really, really cool. And
Toledo hasn't surfed yet since he's wearing the Hydro Flask Leaders jersey. Finally getting a start here. The Australian Steph Gilmore, big forehand hook. Drills it again, perfect. Carving work for Steph Gilmore. Jams it off the lip. Will she finish? She'll get knocked out.
Not a interference there, but it actually worked out for Steph in her favor because she came around perfectly for that beautiful section there. Absolutely unbelievable surfing, just so strong. She's just looking so much stronger throughout the day.
Excellent score to start the heat. We've seen a lot of iterations of this carve throughout the day. I feel like Steph's just gone to that next level on that maneuver right now. She's really reserved something in the tank for these final matchups. So you just watch this woman and she's just pushing harder and harder as she's going through the motion. She's going to try and find that cleaner face as it draws off the reef. Steph really putting on the gas here, going for that trademark turn, trying to combo it up there, and that wave running away from her. Feel good for Steph, you know,
opening up. There's so much rail, just, you know, navigating through the bumps there and cutting that short so she can try and get this second turn in here, and throwing the arms, those floaters there feels very...
Still digesting, but what a stellar year she did have. Steph, though, opens up again here, Laura.
Yeah, Steph, you know, a bit of a frothier wave, but just getting a nice string of turns in here. So this is definitely going to be better than her 3.33 and really solidify her spot, but just having a lot of fun, you know, picking the right waves. She knows she's got, you know, a few more heats to surf against Chris.
But finishing off there with the dynamic float labor.
The whole right closed out straight away. And here we go. Steph up to get it going. And chasing this one down a little bit. Now she's right in the flow of the wave, and here she goes, that nice big hook, and that's what she really needs to get out of.
Rolling in now, Steph Gilmore looking to better a 3.17 as she'll swing off the top. Tight jam there. Wasn't expecting that type of move. Wraps it again. Plenty of wall to work with. She'll jam it off the lip. Nice transition into the forehand hook. Lays into that with some style. 3.17's gone. Jams it, stays on her feet, showing no signs of fatigue, Mick.
Up, you can see later in on this wave, we'll talk through it here. I almost thought this wave messed her up right here because it broke a little and she was going for the carve and it kind of bottomed out underneath her. And then here she timed that really well to get up there. See how there's a little down spot there? She got up there quick.
Timed that good, got a little tail release, and here drew that all
around for a little variety. And then right here, boom, back on the back foot, little Mick Fanning influence right there, and finishes it off. I think I realize this could be my world title wave right here. There's not that great of waves. One of us needs to make a stand right here, and that was a really well-ridden wave. It didn't look like it was going to be that great of a best year ever. and then it slapped me right back into shape in Bali that year.
As we'll continue that story in a second. Boom. Gilmore, beautiful first turn. Wraps it on the second effort, trying to build on a 5.83. Lays into a stylish frontsider carve. Throws down another rail hook. Those in-between turns, like you mentioned, looking incredible as she'll finish on her feet.
If Carissa wins this heat, that takes a lot of wind out of the sails. So let's watch Steph here. Boom, big first turn. Really well timed. Her wave wasn't as clean. You see how she had to kind of time that a little bit differently there. She kind of steps on the back foot. I thought she was going to get stuck there. She did a touch. And then here, boom, nice little hack in the pocket. And this one she needed to finish out. I think it would be the smart thing. See how clean this wave is now? This is the first time she's had the second wave of the set in this heat. And it's probably the cleanest face. It's got a long wall stretching out ahead of her. With this low tide, these waves kind of, what?
Grab rail reverse for Steph Gilmore. Free to go for it.
You know, in this situation with Steph, she just go for it. You know, she just had to keep Carissa off that wave. Who knows if another wave's going to come in a minute and a half, but you just go and just try and better your last score.
And to see a battle of the biggest names on paper on tour that have changed the game of pro surfing to share the water together at the Rip Curl WSL Finals. It was a long shot for Steph Gilmore, but let's close this one out. One of the most emotional and deserving moments of Stephanie Gilmore's career. She holds the record to herself, officially an 8-time world champion.